The year is 2000. In quiet American suburbs, in towns most people have never heard of, ordinary neighbors are moving in. They mow their lawns. They send their kids to school. They chat about the weather at backyard barbecues. Welcome back to the channel. Nobody suspects a thing, but some of these neighbors are not who they claim to be. Their names are fake. Their pasts are fabricated. Their entire lives have been engineered piece by piece by one of the most secretive intelligence services on Earth. This is the story of Russia's deepest and most patient espionage operation on American soil, a decade-long infiltration hidden in plain sight, inside the very heart of ordinary American life. It would take the FBI 10 years to uncover it, and when they finally did, what they found was more elaborate, more disturbing, and more human than anyone expected. It began quietly, long before anyone in America knew to look. Russia's Foreign Intelligence Service, the SVR, had a plan unlike anything from the Cold War spy novels. Instead of recruiting existing American citizens to betray their country, they would build brand new Americans from scratch. Deep cover agents, known as illegals, trained for years inside Russia, learning American accents, American habits, American small talk. They studied how to blend in so completely that even their own children would never know the truth. These agents were given entirely new identities. Some assumed the names of deceased infants, using stolen birth certificates to construct flawless paper trails. Others built cover stories so convincing that neighbors, co-workers, even spouses had no idea they were living beside foreign intelligence officers. One by one, these agents were sent into the United States, not to steal missile codes, not to break into military bases. Their mission was slower, quieter, and far more insidious. To embed themselves so deeply into American society that they could gather intelligence simply by being present, by attending dinner parties, by befriending policymakers, by listening. For years, nothing seemed unusual. In New Jersey, a couple ran a financial planning business, blending seamlessly into their community. In Boston, another posed as ordinary academics. In Seattle, a real estate agent quietly built a network of friends and contacts. Nothing about their daily lives raised a single red flag. But the FBI already suspected something. Someone inside already knew the danger of what was unfolding. Beginning in the early 2000s, counterintelligence agents launched one of the most patient surveillance operations in FBI history. They didn't rush, they didn't confront. Instead, they watched. For years. They intercepted encrypted radio bursts hidden in ordinary-looking transmissions. They photographed brief, seemingly random exchanges between strangers in parks and train stations. They noticed patterns that shouldn't have existed. What was hidden from the public was a technique straight out of Cold War tradecraft, quietly modernized for the digital age. These agents used steganography, hiding secret messages inside ordinary-looking photographs posted on public websites. To anyone else, it was just a vacation photo. To Moscow, it was an encrypted briefing. The FBI began connecting the threads. Innocent-looking handoffs at bookstores, brief, wordless exchanges of identical bags on train platforms, cash buried in secret locations. This wasn't random behavior, this was a network.
But the deeper the FBI dug, the more human the story became. These weren't just intelligence assets. They were people, raising children in American schools. They were coaching Little League. They were hosting 4th of July barbecues. Some of their own kids had no idea their parents were anything other than ordinary Americans. One agent's son would later describe learning the truth only when federal agents burst into his family's home. Imagine growing up believing you were simply American, only to discover your entire childhood had been built on a lie orchestrated by a foreign government. For nearly a decade, the FBI kept building its case in total secrecy. They wiretapped homes, they tracked movements, they even recruited a double agent inside Moscow's own intelligence apparatus, someone who fed the Bureau critical details about who these illegals really were. But what happened next shocked everyone. In June 2010, the FBI moved. In a single coordinated operation across multiple states, agents arrested 10 Russian sleeper operatives simultaneously. Husbands and wives were pulled from their homes in front of stunned neighbors who had known them for years, sometimes decades, without a single suspicion. Television crews arrived within hours. Neighbors stood on their lawns, stunned, repeating the same words over and over. They seemed so normal. They were just like us. I can't believe it. One name would become the face of the entire scandal: Anna Chapman, a young, striking businesswoman living in Manhattan, socializing in elite circles, unknowingly turning the entire operation into a media sensation overnight. The arrests exposed a truth far darker than expected. This wasn't a Cold War relic. This was an active, modern espionage network, operating not in shadows and back alleys, but in suburban cul-de-sacs, at PTA meetings, in office break rooms. And yet, in a twist that stunned even seasoned intelligence officials, the story didn't end with trials or prison sentences. Within weeks, in a moment reminiscent days of the Cold War, the United States and Russia arranged a secret prisoner exchange. On a tarmac in Vienna, Austria, in July 2010, a plane carrying the 10 unmasked Russian agents met another aircraft carrying 4 individuals imprisoned in Russia, convicted of spying for the West. In a matter of minutes, on opposite sides of the same runway, both nations quietly swapped their captured operatives and walked away. No trial, no prolonged diplomatic crisis, just a quiet, almost old-fashioned exchange, conducted with the kind of secrecy that once defined the entire Cold War itself. Anna Chapman and the other operatives were flown back to Russia, where several were celebrated as national heroes. Chapman herself soon appeared on Russian television, launched a media career, and became something of a celebrity. A strange, almost surreal ending for someone unmasked as a foreign intelligence operative on American soil. But for the American families and communities who had unknowingly lived alongside these agents for years, the aftermath left lingering, uncomfortable questions. How many other operations like this one remained undiscovered? How many ordinary neighbors, co-workers, or friends might not be exactly who they claimed to be? The FBI's investigation, codenamed Ghost Stories, revealed just how deeply patient and how remarkably human modern espionage had become. It wasn't about high-tech gadgets or dramatic car chases. It was about time, patience, and the quiet, unremarkable texture of everyday American life used as the perfect disguise. Years later, questions still linger about how many of these deep-cover networks may still exist today, operating quietly, waiting, embedded in towns across the country, indistinguishable from any other family next door. Perhaps the most unsettling truth of this story isn't the spies who were caught, it's the unnerving possibility of the ones who weren't. And somewhere, in some quiet American suburb, another ordinary-looking family may be mowing their lawn right now, while carrying a secret the rest of the world has yet to discover.